In our dreams, they are dangerous, free, and beautiful. They enchant and tempt us, embodying the eternal allure of a world that exists just beyond ours. The ancient Greeks, Inuit elders, and voodoo priests have passed on legends of women of the water. They have the power to control the winds and the tides. They can lure men to their demise, or bring rebirth and transformation.
We are at Dive Bar in our wonderful Sacramento, California area.
The one and only Mermaid Bar. It is the most whimsical job. This is Mermaid Stephanie.
And this is Mermaid Ashley. These are our glorious tales. We would be nothing without these guys. Davy Jones, Brown Chicken Brown Cow.
Brown Chicken Brown
would be
Brown
our
Cow.
blue
I
one.
think that one's getting renamed soon.
Frankie is my tail.
And if we can't remember their names, we just call them Slug.
Yeah.
First couple months I was working here, jumping in the tank and hearing this grown man start screaming, "She's real! She's real!" as I swam by. It's just such a unique and fascinating experience. It takes you completely out of yourself, and you're seeing something that you know isn't real, but you think maybe it might also be real.
Okay. That's as much as you get. Before I put the tail on.
This job happened at a really, really hard time in my life. And I can't be as dramatic to say that it saved my life, but it helped me wake up, I think. And I've heard that from several other mermaids.
Mermaid in the tank.
There's a thing that I love when you're underwater where just let out a little bit of air and be completely neutrally buoyant and weightless. It fulfills a dream and a fantasy and something that you're needing.
Harlem in the city. There's a pool here, close by. I said to her, I wouldn't go there if they paid me.
Yes, we thought it was...
We went there, the place is free.
And clean,
And
beautiful.
we spot a tail in the water.
Yes, I'm like, he tells me, there's a mermaid
There's
in the
a
water.
mermaid
I said, yes,
in the
me.
water.
He goes, no, there's an actual mermaid with a fin.
Flip.
She's like
Flipped
here,
out.
I'm over here. I saw her wave, the fin, hello. I was like,
Harlem.
In Harlem, there's a
we
mermaid
found
in
the
this
mermaid
pool.
in Harlem.
I'm rushing to get to this little girl. She's actually, at the time, 11 years old. I thought she was 16. Beautiful. Great swimmer. She is a natural. And I'm like rushing, and she looks at me like, there's this crazy woman reaching out to me and frantically because, I mean, I'm like, a mermaid right here in Harlem. I thought I was the only one. This is where all my tails are at. This, of course, is my meat tail, Gaga tail, which is pretty cool because all the younger mermaids identify with it, so I'm bringing younger people towards me, and I like that. This one is my second tail, made for me by my mermaid creator, the red tail. In the bathroom, I have a little tiny shrine of a mermaid. My dolphins, my seashells, the conch shell, we take it with us to the beach so I could call Poseidon and let him know I'm home.
I wish I were a wicky-watchy mermaid. That is what I truly like to be. For if I were a wicky-watchy mermaid, everyone would be in love with me.
Vicky has one.
Yes, she does.
That's a nice one.
It's Ariel.
Was that your 70th birthday you did that?
Yes, it was. How sweet of you to remember.
We call ourselves the Mer Sisters. There's no one else in the world that have shared what we shared because there's no other place in the world like Weeki Wachee. I love that picture. That's my favorite picture. This is what I'm noted for, is this postcard, because it is a perfect form. The lines are all parallel. A lot of the mermaids that leave Weeki Wachee, they always did dream of going back and swimming again. When being a mermaid is the first job you've ever had in your entire life, which it was for me and it was for a lot of the girls, nothing else compares to it.
In the Danish fairy tale, the little mermaid lived in the depths of the ocean where the water was a deep sapphire blue. She would look skyward at the rays of sunlight from above and dream of life outside the sea. When she was old enough, the little mermaid swam to the surface. There, she saw a new and exciting world full of humans who appeared so beautiful to her, moving about on legs that allowed them to run and dance. She imagined how happy those people must be, and the little mermaid longed to join them.
We are in Huntington Beach, California at the local mermaid meetup. We have a group of professional and recreational mermaids that get together just for fun, to spend some time together and be ourselves.
We'll have been friends forever. Like, I like mermaids, you like mermaids. Let's talk on the internet for years. And then, like, we finally get to chill. Yeah. Like, oh my God, I've seen this online forever. You've done so well.
Everything about the water is so magical, and I adore it. And Mermaids is just a great part because you're half fish, half human, and I feel like you're the best part of both.
It's not every day you get to be a mermaid. I mean, who gets to grow up and say, I'm a mermaid? Like, that is just, it's unworldly and it's spectacularly special. I think that's why mermaids. We have homemade tails, we have tail makers, we have professional tail makers. They come from all different walks of life. Some of the girls make their own tails. She makes her tails as well. So all tails are welcome here.
I'm used to always kind of being the last one picked. I just felt I didn't belong. I always felt like I was outside looking in.
We're gonna make a mermaid punch.
Yes. I came to this group. I haven't had that.
More rum the better, right?
Absolutely.
You gotta try a small sip.
I actually met someone when I was out here, and she's very amazing. She is the first person I've dated since my transition. Lived up in Virginia Beach area for a good bit of my life. It's right in the middle of the Bible Belt, so welcome to a lot of religious hate. Most people didn't like the gays, and I was like, if they don't like them, they're really not gonna like me.
Out east, they won't cover transitional surgeries. And when I found out California did, I was quite surprised.
2 weeks later, I loaded up everything that I could fit and started driving cross country. I'd been fighting for this for years and years, hunting for doctors, trying to save. I don't have any boobs. I gotta use freaking foam inserts. I just want to be one of the girls.
Are you only using black eyeliner?
I have a brown one around here somewhere.
I think that browns are more your color, to be honest with you. You know, doing hair is probably not the most important job in the world, but it does help make people feel beautiful.
It really helps with self-esteem. It really
I think
does.
especially for transgender people, if you can't afford to get your hair done, sometimes your appearance is everything. It's your identity.
I mean, I'm still kind of there. I just want to blend in, just not have to worry about people asking questions or anything else.
That happens to you? Like you go places
Oh,
and people
yeah.
ask questions?
Oh, yeah.
This year, my child came to me and told me that he was born in the wrong body, that he was born a girl, but really on the inside, he's a boy. Look up for me. It's been a sort of a challenge to have people accept the changes that are happening. And it's just made me aware of how difficult transgender people have it. Transgender children love mermaids. And I didn't understand the whole concept of all of it, but when we transitioned, my son was almost hyper masculine, where like he wanted to get rid of anything that looked like girls. Anything. Like, what kind of cereal do boys eat? And I'm like, I don't know. And then we're like, hey, we're like throwing stuff away. And then we had some mermaid stuff, because my my dad had given me like a mermaid collection. And he wanted to keep all the mermaid stuff. Still is obsessed with mermaids. I don't think LJ even understands that there is like a community and a whole culture of mermaids.
Oh, yeah. We have a whole bunch of mermaids. Here, I'll show you a picture of all of us that when we got together. Because I saved it on Facebook.
Oh my gosh, is that crazy?
There we go.
Look at that.
That isn't real, is it?
Oh, yeah. Mermaids are real. See, there's a whole bunch of us right there.
Isn't that cool?
You're not a real mermaid.
Florida, the dream state for millions of Americans. Famous for its beaches. Famous, too, as headquarters for America's great traveling circuses who spend their winters in Florida. But there's one circus that stays year-round on Florida's west coast. The world's only underwater circus at Weeki Wachee Springs, Florida's underwater Grand Canyon. Millions of people enjoy the fascinating beauty of this submerged theater wonderland. Lovely mermaids welcome thousands of people each day in the Weeki Wachee Theater. Drinking underwater, too? Of course, but you have to be real thirsty.
I grew up in a little town called Brooksville, Florida, which is about 13 miles from here. And in Brooksville, when you graduated from high school, you either went off to college, got married, which many of them did, or you became a Weeki Wachee mermaid.
How was it?
I started as a mermaid on June the 7th, 1957, and I was 17. Weeki Wachee mermaids were considered close to being a movie star. They were considered glamorous. Elvis Presley came, and we put on a special show for him, and I got to swim for him. And he was so cute. But shoot, back in 1960, I was cute too. One of my favorite things in all the world to do was the deep dive.
Now, a daring mermaid attempts a deep dive to the bottom of the canyon. She breathes down into the depths, 117 feet below the surface, equal to the height of a 10-story building.
So we take our last breath, let the air hose go up, and then we sit there. It feels like, oh, forever. And actually, it's about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes. And the announcer in the underwater stage is saying, oh no, what? Oh my gosh, she's left down there without air. And we're down there without air. And then all of a sudden, you start floating up. And it's just so beautiful to see this girl out there in this beautiful, big bowl of natural spring water, and it's just her, and it's the most marvelous feeling in the world. It's like you're flying. The movement of the water is like wind on your face, and you know you can't breathe, but you almost feel like you can.
Being a mermaid has become part of me in a way that's I can't separate at this point in time. There's almost a loyalty to some things you do. Hello. Hi. I was a professional mermaid for about 2 years before I got my mom into it.
I was having my 60th birthday, which was kind of a watershed. And I did kind of start to feel like, well, gosh, a lot of things seem to be ending and changing right now. You know, is this it? I'm always like, is this it? You know, the last, is this how life's gonna be now? Because I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed and tired. I was, you know, having not such a great period.
I just remember you saying like, well, what if I have a tail?
I did. I was like, could there be a mature mermaid?
Yeah.
And Rachel was like, yes, I can build you a tail. I'll paint you a tail. Of course you could have a tail.
What really changed everything was this mermaid-centric photography workshop we took.
I was putting on this different kind of a skin, so to speak, and that gave me permission to kind of break out of the things that I thought I could or couldn't do or how I thought my personality was. Okay, we have everything? Yep.
That trip was really an inspiration, and we started our Mermaid and Mom business together doing children's parties. She's like my assistant.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Mermaid Rachel. What's your name?
Hi there.
Hi. Hello.
It's a mermaid.
Hello.
You don't have feet?
No, I just have my fins.
My daddy thinks that mermaids are not even real.
Well, has your dad ever seen one? Then how does he know?
Nobody knows.
No, there's lots of things.
Okay, here we go. Pick up your shells. Here we go. And pearly shells. Pink ocean. Shining in the sunshine. Covering the shore.
And everybody say seaweed.
Seaweed.
Leilani, look here. And fin 5. Awesome. And we're gonna blow a bubble kiss. Ready? Awesome. Good job.
Pink.
It is pink.
Mermaids don't have hands, right?
No, I have hands, just no feet.
And these are seashells.
Uh-huh. I collected those too.
And these are plastic.
Plastic? What's that? Hey, mermaid's drying out.
Come on, bud. Let's go. Say bye-bye.
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 Ouch.
My legs went to sleep.
Mine did
Sorry.
too.
First of all, my son introduced me to Facebook. I love Facebook. What's the guy's name? Mark Zuckerman? He's my hero for inventing Facebook. I typed in mermaids, and my Lord, so many showed up. I didn't know that they existed the way they did. I got to go to the Mermaids 2014. That's where you find how to, what to, where to, everything and anything in the world related to mermaids. That is the place to go. When we decided to go to the next Mermaids, I said, wouldn't it be cool to get married as a mermaid? Because I like to be different. I never like to be really traditional. So, boy, was I different this time.
Well, we've been together for 30 years.
I waited 30 years to hear these words. And he said, just go
A piece
ahead.
of paper is not going to change anything.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't matter to me because I knew.
We applied for the senior citizens homes in Florida, and they said you have to be married.
So he said,
she's saying to me, we're going to the Murfest. And I said, well,
let's do it. And I'm
do
like,
it.
do what? Let's get
you want
married. From what we've been told.
Well, the newspaper article
in
said
the article as
we
well.
were the first mermaid wedding.
First mermaid wedding. Oh, no, I can make it. You're going to sit me up?
Not until we get you in the pool.
By the way, the tail came out perfect.
Perfect.
No, you know, usually a wedding dress, you have to measure it, take a little more, measure it again. Perfect. She said, I want to see how you guys are going to pull this off.
When I started swimming, he played my music. I wasn't there. I was in the ocean, and I saw a pirate ship with Prince Eric, and he was just waiting for me. That's all I saw.
And the girl did a hell of a job on her makeup. When I saw her,
oh yes,
I said, wow.
Mermaid Ralph, you take Mermaid Cookie to be your lawfully wedded wife.
I do.
Then Mermaid Cookie, in placing this ring on Mermaid Ralph's finger, repeat after me. This ring I give you.
This ring I give you.
My personal gift.
My personal gift.
And my personal promise of love.
Personal promise of love.
And trust.
And trust.
All the days of our lives.
All the days of our lives.
I declare that they are husband and wife.
It was simple, romantic, perfect.
It was perfect. It was perfect. The music was perfect.
To marry the man of my dreams.
Everybody walked.
My soulmate, after 30 years, and in a special wedding.
That environment.
I wanted special. I got special.
That's right.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Wiki Watching, the wondrous freshwater spring where mermaids still swim and the spirit of adventure lives on.
Whitney's in. Amanda's in. Christy's in.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. We're glad you came to Wiki Watching.
Glad you came to Wiki Watching.
I said that already.
We know.
We're so glad you made the trip.
We're so glad you made the trip.
Come on, I said that already.
Hey, give us a break. We're only mermaids.
Wait a minute, you've got to be pulling my leg. You say you're what?
Mermaids, silly. You know. Swishy tail, pretty face, lots of charm, lots of grace. We're the gals who sunk 1,000 ships. When they see us, sailors lose their grips. When they see the Wiki Watching mermaid, do the Wiki Watching mermaid flip.
The young girls today, oh gosh, they are so talented and such awesome athletes. And I respect what they're sharing now because I've been there.
Side crawl and backflip to your belly. Shake it, girls.
Doing the Wiki Watching mermaid flip.
I met my husband at the Springs. He was an underwater boy, underwater maintenance. They would clean the windows, they would clean the shells, take care of the props.
This is our group picture. That's me over here, young and beautiful. Actually, I was here until I married my husband, and then we moved to New York.
We both married underwater boys.
We married underwater boys. Yeah. Imagine that.
I'm still married to mine.
Yeah.
The camaraderie is definitely there when we swim together. We watch out for one another. If someone drops an air hose, somebody's there to pick it up and hand it to you.
It's a very deep sisterhood that we've all been able to share. It's a commonality that you just don't have outside of being a mermaid.
You swim with somebody, you get out, you shower with somebody, you dress with somebody, you talk to each other while you're getting dressed. I mean, your basic office job doesn't have that.
How many times have you ever gone back to these different companies and felt the love that you had in that spring?
That's right.
At Wiki Watchy, if you think you see mermaids floating in the waters of blue, don't rub your eyes in surprise that you see mermaids, because at Wiki Watchy you do.
You don't realize how special it was until you leave. And once you leave, then that's what you miss. You miss the spring, the water, the girls, mostly the girls.
So let your heart be a part of happy hours, for dreams that Wiki Watchy come true, and you will hear.
You never forget it. It's always with you. It's always part of who you are.
Deep in the Brazilian rainforest, there was once a princess named Yara, whose grace was equal only to her strength. She became the fiercest warrior in the kingdom. And out of jealousy, her brothers drowned her in the Amazon. Such was her power that the river couldn't take her soul. And there she remains, an immortal woman of the water. Her irresistible beauty radiates throughout the river, and the Amazonians know that when a man doesn't return home, he is in the arms of Yara.
This is R&C, which is Ralph, right here, and that's me cooking. See how beautiful blowfish, like golden fish. And I call them Ralph and Cookie because wherever he goes, she goes. And vice versa. They're always together like we are. But when I saw, I said, I want to tell just like you. And he says, pick your fabric. I went, I saw the perfect fabric. It looks almost just like her. And he came and he made it for me.
My mama said, so that you're gonna learn how to cook, sew, and clean your clothes so that you don't have to depend on nobody. So I can actually sew a zipper, which very few people can sew a zipper. Even women that I know can't sew a zipper. To me, it don't make you feminine that you sit down and sew. My friend came in the other day, saw me sewing, and he looked at me like, I said, yeah. What if you had a pair of socks that was broken? What can you do? You throw them away? I know how to sew, yeah. When I finish it, I'm pretty proud. they came out pretty good. I know it's a pain in the neck, but when I finish it and I see a photo like that, I'm very, I'm very proud of these two things. I made 2 bras, and bras are hard to make. Believe me, bras are very hard to make. She enjoys it, and she goes around bragging, my husband made this. It's not just a tail, it's my husband made it. After I sew it, I take it to a tailor, and he gives it a good stitching for me. If not, I would be sewing for like 3 days trying to get the right stitching on there. Okay, I thank you very much. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, gracias. My mermaid will be happy.
I usually sit on the floor, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna get comfy. I'm putting my monopin inside my tail. The hard way. In my mind, this is a real fish that I'm gonna transform into. Okay. I think I got it. It would break my heart if I was to mess up his masterpiece.
More.
More?
This.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I love it. And voila. A mermaid tail by Mercreator Ralph.
Oh, this came out good.
Good, it came out beautiful.
This came out nice. No good.
Don't you think?
I love making tails. It's fun. I get to pour myself into making a tail for somebody else that they're gonna love.
Come on, Bucket, open for me.
I enjoy art, and this is an expression of art for me. It's a passion that I tapped and realized how much I could actually do with this.
I just want to give it a light blue tint. I don't want to give it a lot of blue, just a faint tip, because this stuff will go a long way. Normally takes me to make a single tail about 2.5 to 3 months. I have made a total of 6 tails so far.
This is my original tail. This is the monster. And this is all monofin. This is a custom-made monofin. So, I've had one of the best tail makers that I know teach me a lot of things, and that is Tom Schaus. A lot of us refer to him as the Merpapa. I call him my Merpop. Tom helped make the tail for Splash. To have the iconic Splash tail is a lot of mermaid's dream. Daryl Hannah swimming in that tail really brought a lot of attention to the world. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Jules.
How are you?
Great. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. I miss you.
You, too.
Ooh.
There's a tail for a baby, and this is a tail for a zombie.
Oh, the zombie tail.
Yep. So I'm going to make prosthetic pieces that are just like this with the bones, so anybody can turn their tail into a zombie tail.
Nice.
This one down here is Charmed.
Oh, cool.
This brightly sparkled one, Michael Phelps even more. This is a mold from Splash 2. It's constructed exactly like the one from Splash 1. Some people, you teach things and they improve by leaps and bounds. Jules is one of them. So every time, and that's when I don't like wasting my time on people that are wasting my time. I've made custom tails for people that look like a bass. They want them to look like a trout? Fine. I'll make it look like a trout. There's so many fish in the ocean. Pick one. That's all I've ever tried to do in tail making, is doing my best.
Yeah.
Under the circumstances. Whether you're doing it on your kitchen table or out in your backyard or on a park bench.
Yeah.
Which I have done. I've worked on tails on park benches. People have always said that my tails are the best. They come to me and it's like they have a quality or something, and I think it's like grandma's cookies. They have love in them. I came up with a couple of terms for experiences that people get when they're exposed and they truly have it in their heart, they get merpies. Merpies means it's something you can never get rid of, and it might diminish a little from time to time, but it's always going to be there, and it's going to come back every once in a while. The other one is a mergasm. It's when a woman first puts on that tail, and she looks at herself as a mermaid and sees pictures of her as a mermaid. She has a mergasm. And I've witnessed it with so many women that I put in my tails. They actually shuddered and cried and said, "My God, I'm real." Those people are mer people.
Rachel loves to be a performer. I do think that that partially came from me because that's what I did. I've been teaching hula dance for years and years and years. Rachel started hula when she was 4, and I was her first hula teacher. We probably have gone to Hawaii at least twice a year, the entire time that we've been dancing hula. And it was just a nice family bonding time.
That's Zach. That's my brother.
Yeah. But there's pictures in here of you both in your tiger outfits.
And we'd be tigers, but then we'd put another costume over the tiger costume, so we'd be like a tiger cowboy or like a tiger like ballerina. It made sense to us. Look how cute Zach was.
I know. Very cute. What a cute little boy. Rachel was Zach's best friend, and they had things they talked about and things they watched together and things they imagined that only they did. That was, you know, really special. But she was a good big sister. He had a brain tumor. They gave him 1.5 years of chemo. But he died about a month after he graduated from high school because the tumor just was growing aggressively, and they couldn't do anything for it. The best way I can describe it is you just don't believe it. It seems unfair that there's all these things he didn't get to do and we don't get to talk to him or laugh with him or do all these things.
When Alexander the Great died, his sister, Thessalonike, was so overcome with grief that she flung herself into the sea. But because she had once washed her hair in the water of eternal life, she was doomed to live forever. She grew gills and scales and became a mermaid. Ever since then, she demands that any sailor who passes her by tell her that her brother lives and reigns and conquers the world, or they must face her anguished rage.
I knew when I was 3 years old something was different about me. I knew I wasn't like a lot of the other boys. When I was 8 years old is when I really knew that I was supposed to have been born a girl, that I was in the wrong body. It was very hard growing up. It was trying to hide who you were, stay safe, keep your sanity. You know, kids in school found out, and getting beat up, teased, name called, ridiculed, everything. I remembered many times growing up as a teenager, going to bed, crying, praying to God, please wake me up and have me be a girl, thinking it was actually possible back then. For many years, I'd shower, I wouldn't even look down. I washed my lower half of my body by feel. You know, I started buying clothing here or there, or getting it at thrift stores, or however, wherever. What I did behind closed doors, my business. Until your dad decides to open that door. I remember him forcing his way in. I remember him saying, basically, I am not gonna have the freak son that everyone talks about. I was really in fear of my life that night. I really thought my dad was gonna lose it and I wasn't gonna live past it. Yeah. He was the only parent I knew. My real mother was already gone. She'd moved back to Denmark when I was like 6. Losing his approval, oh, that killed me. And it caused me to kick off into doing every guyish thing I could possibly do. Working on cars, doing rodeo, joining the military, you know. I was miserable most of the time. I'd go out, put on that, in the Marine Corps, that emotionless 1,000-yard stare. I didn't know anyone else like me. I felt very alone, very scared. It takes its toll. You get to the point where you get suicidal thoughts running through your head. You know, it's not something I'm very proud of that happened, but, you know, it ran through my head. And it got to the point where, you know, there were attempts. Got out of the military, came back, met a girl, got a job. Your typical story of, oh, boy meets girl, boy gets job, boy saves up money, proposes to girl, you know. Yeah. That happened a couple times. My kids, well, see, I miss them all. I mean, I have 3 of them. My oldest is fine with it. She's fine with my transition 100%. You know, we'll sit and talk. We've gone out shopping. We've done things together. You know, she doesn't care. My middle child won't speak to me. He will not speak to me about it. It's a really tough thing for him to cope with. And I'm working at it, slowly trying to become part of his life. See what happens, you know. My youngest, Tyler, from the minute that, you know, from I started my transition, he didn't care. I was just one of his parents that loved him and, you know, was there for him unconditionally. I was with him pretty much every day of his life, you know, until he moved. He was just, you know, a month away from turning 7. Me and his mother split up. She went back to Florida. Losing him hurt. It really hurt, and it still hurts. And lately, he just doesn't want to talk on the phone to me, so that hurts even more. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose him somehow, completely, and I don't want that to happen.
Let me know.
Mm-hmm. You just want me to dump him in the bowl there?
Yes, please.
Okay. Didn't date anybody until I moved out to California and met Nicole. I haven't been happier in such a long time. And the fact that she accepts me for me makes it even so much sweeter. You know, as I tell her, she's my pirate and I'm her mermaid. So it wasn't I caught her or she caught me. I didn't lure her to her doom and she didn't catch me in a net. We found each other, and that's what makes it work.
It's been an adventure. It's been a little rough. Family and friends are just worried that I'm going down some rabbit hole or something, you know, that there's, you know, something inherently wrong with...
I'm bringing you to the dark side.
...with, you know, what she's doing, that it's going to affect me. And some people think that it might affect my children.
From Mary. She got me this one too, so I love it.
I didn't get it for you. I drew it for you.
I know.
Why'd
You
you
know
say
what
that?
you know what I meant.
No, I didn't, cause you didn't say it right.
Okay, she drew this for me, and she brought it to me one night, and I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. You want one of my tails? I
I
think I
want
do.
to scare people by the pier.
Scare them?
No, I'm not like, just kind of be like, they're gonna be like, oh. my
Surprise
goodness.
them, you
Like,
mean?
You mean surprise
yeah,
them?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be swimming under, I'm just gonna peek my head through there and be like, what the heck?
Mermaid. Thank you. Well, it all started for me when I was about 11 years old, and I first watched the movie Mr. Peabody and the Mermaid. When I first saw Anne Blitz swim in the mermaid tail, I knew I had to be a mermaid. She was free and happy. And at that time, I was in a situation that I needed to be free and happy. When I was younger, I was abused, incest, rape. They say something, right? So I said something. And when the adult in my life that I felt was my protector didn't believe me, that's what changed my attitude towards everyone else. Like, well, you're a grown-up. You're not going to believe me. You might do the same, so I didn't want to say nothing because I didn't want to give you ideas to do the same thing they were doing. I needed to feel that I could escape what was happening to me, and I wanted to be a mermaid so that they couldn't grab me. Every time you try to grab me, I would slime out because she could slap you with that tail if she wanted to also. So I kept envisioning myself that I was smacking the people away. That's how it started, you know? You're not taking your sweatpants?
No, I'll be okay.
Put this...
We'll take the elevator, you go downstairs.
I have different personalities. One moment I'm happy, the next moment I'm crying, but in between that, more often than not, I'm very evil. I get very mean and nasty.
1 minute she's there, and the next minute she can be like, phew. And I'm still pissed off, and she's saying, what's wrong with you? Like, get over it. And I'm looking at it, now I'm beginning to understand. It's not her, it's Norma. That's Norma's way of protecting herself.
The one that actually was born Norma, which is actually my birth name, that's the one I do not want anywhere near me no more. And she's the sad one, she's the quitter. Cookie was the first one that I chose because she's the fun one, the diva, the dancer, because I've always wanted to dance, the happy one, Butch. I was tough. You weren't getting close to my heart. I wasn't letting nothing. I would be nice, but I kept you at a big distance. I gave up on life. And these personalities took over.
Before, she used to wake up in the morning, and I used to say good morning, and she would get up like, shit, another fucking day, God, man. I'd say, oh, Mommy, you're supposed to wake up and say, thank you, God, for another day. And she would get up like angry at the world that I have to get up again and function. She would actually start sweating and sit there and get dressed with my hair just there. And then she would get to the door and go through it, and, Poppy, I can't do it, and sit back the hell down. And I would go, oh, come on, you can do this.
I lived here 15 years. The first 10, you could say I was here. The first 10, I wouldn't leave. If I could order food in, my medicine, I could order my medicine. The doctor was actually making house calls. I had the psychiatrist would come here. The doctors would make house calls because I would not leave. The sunlight would cause anxiety attacks because the large crowds would come out. You could hear the kids.
At night, she would take a pill and walk around the house, and the next morning, she didn't remember what the hell she did. I don't think that's the way to cure somebody. You know, there has to be a better way than to get you all zombied up and not know where you are, what you're doing. There has to be a way. But I know I'm fighting the old demons, things that happened to her in her childhood, and I don't feel responsible for it.
Yeah, do not lose that.
Let's go.
He's been more than patient. I know I could get to be more than a bit much, overwhelming. So he could have up and left, because it was just me and my daughter, and he stuck it out with me, even though he has his own phobias, and he stuck it out.
Let me tell you, there was some hard times, but you know, thank God now it's been worth it. And after 30 years, you know, I'm not gonna kick her to the curb and go get me a young chippy out there and start all over again. I think that's my mission in life. I'm supposed to make this woman happy, you know, for the rest of her life because she had such a bad childhood. Maybe. I guess. I guess. But she's doing much better. She's doing much, much better. And she still goes off sometimes. And when she's around the mermaids and everything, she's totally different. Now, I'm glad. I go to work, Mommy, I can't go with you today. She takes her little thing, goes across the Park Avenue, goes into the park and goes swimming by herself. By herself. Before, she wouldn't go to the doctors without me. She wouldn't go nowhere, nothing. Now she's getting independent.
When I started mermaiding, I realized I didn't need the medication because I just needed to fill a void in my life. And I think that was what was missing. Something, apart from being a wife, a mother, I wanted something that was just me. With the swimming, it's exhilarating. It's a freedom. I feel safe. I feel invincible.
In Russian folk tales, there are said to be spirits who live in the rivers. They are the Rusalka, the souls of maidens who died too young. They swim and play in the icy water, forever youthful and free. Once a year, the Rusalka grow legs and ascend from the rivers. They dance in circles in the meadows, rejuvenating the brown earth and breathing life back into the trees and the flowers. They are the bearers of spring and rebirth.
I got my top surgery about a month ago. So that is a big step. I was so looking forward to it. The night before surgery, you know, like when little kids getting ready to go to an amusement park the day before and they can't sleep and they're up and we're going to Disney or wherever tomorrow. That's how I was. I'm like, I got surgery tomorrow. Yes, this is coming. It's actually happening. Oh my God. So yeah, I was really excited the night before. I mean, the only second guesses I was having is, do I go real big? Do I go kind of medium size? I think personally I would have been happier with, you know, the full C push and the D, but I'm quite happy with what I have still though, because it's like I have breasts now. Hey, you know, it's one step closer to where I'm trying to get to. One of the biggest things I noticed about mermaids, you know, tail down, they're all the same. It's like I look down when I was a kid and I'm like, this isn't me. Where now I can get into a tail and I'm not thinking anything biological. I'm just looking, I'm like, this is me. I really was to the verge of giving up on everything. Screw it. I'm gonna leave California. Yeah, I'm not gonna get my surgeries. Give up on everything, including myself, and just go back to Virginia and defeat. And she's changed that so much. I love her.
For her growing up, you know, she hated herself a lot. You know, going ahead and saying how the depths of despair you get and the things you want to do. You know, not wanting to be around and your family not liking you. I don't get it. I don't know how anybody could not like her. So.
I used to dream of the air hose, but I did miss being underwater and that feeling I had jumping off into the water, the feeling I had taking the air hose down to the 92-foot level and turning it off and feeling and hearing my surroundings.
When Weeki Wachee had their 50th anniversary in 1997, the girls suggested, well, what if we got some former mermaids to swim?
Okay, have fun.
And all of us were just like, for one more time, just one more time. Let me just get in there one more time. And it turned into this, which we never expected.
I got the opportunity to join the Legends. Oh my gosh. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Lord. you never, ever forget the air hose. You know, there's an old saying, once a mermaid, always a mermaid. And it's true. You jump in, you pick up that air hose, and you're off again. You never forget it. You have that feeling, that freedom, again, like I did when I was 17. You got that buoyancy and you're just floating. And you're not sinking, you're not rising. And I still find that now when I'm 76. I'm still, in my heart, I'm the ultimate mermaid in that I am still young. Because you know mermaids live forever anyway. Mermaids live forever.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! What do you think?
Looks good.
In the back?
Beautiful.
Okay. Make sure I don't forget my water bottle, please.
Okay.
My medicine, the pump.
Okay.
Oh, my glasses. That's why I can't see well.
Where's the tail? This is the tail?
Yes.
Okay. Metro card.
Before we leave, yeah.
She is.
a mermaid?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
She's Harlem Mermaid. That's Harlem Mermaid. We're gonna go represent our neighborhood.
Yes. It's raining. Drizzling. Okay, we're gonna follow the crowd. Yeah, I need
it's
a
gonna
blouse.
get cold. We should have bought something.
I got a sweater. All right, you're gonna hold this for me. If it gets cold, if it rains, then I put it on.
Putting your tail on?
Yes. Hi.
At the beginning, she wasn't even sure she wanted to do it because she was afraid that since she's a little chubby, that people are going to call her a whale or say she's too fat. And it's now I've seen the thing in her where I don't care what you think.
Happy birthday! Happy huepa, huepa! Huepa! Thank you. You having fun?
Yeah.
I'm having a ball. Thank you.
I can see the change in her. She goes like, I'm pretty and I'm beautiful and I know that the tail is what's helping making her feel that way.
Awesome. Now my mermaiding is not to shield me from danger because now it's just to show me off. Like, look, I survived. I'm beautiful.
After Zach died, it was a very difficult time. There was so much change, there was so much loss, there was so much that I had absolutely no control over. When I decided to try being a mermaid, it was something that just flipped open a switch that kind of had the energy to take me past some of that other really hard stuff.
I know a lot of mermaids, but I don't know any other mermaids that get to swim with their mom in a tail. That's pretty cool. It's pretty darn cool.
And I feel pretty lucky that I get to do that. I say that a lot, but I really mean it. It's like, wow, how lucky am I? I get to go swim in a tail with my daughter.
We're so weird. We're so powerless in so many aspects of our lives, but when you're under there and you have your tail on, you are this strong figure. And you're embodying an archetype. You're this myth.